Okay, what we're going to be flying today is the Radiolink A560. It's an acrobatic plane. My son got it for me for my birthday, or for Father's Day, just a couple of weeks ago. The information on it has 6 different flight modes, which are controlled with this Radiolink transmitter. And there's 2 switches. It's called the C7 and the C5 switch. Basically, when they're both repositioned switches, and if they're both forward all the way down, it's in the mode where there's stabilization to it, and when you switch this one, the C5, from the lower 3 position to the middle 3 position, and this one, C7, to the 3rd position, second, third, it puts it into the acrobatic mode. Alright, to take it back out of the acrobatic mode, we want to flip both switches all the way forward and down. Okay, and then it's back into the stabilized position. And if you just go to the 2nd position on the C5 switch, the one on the right here, that puts it into, I have to get my cheat sheet here. Excuse me for one moment. This is the cheat sheet you get with it here. And that will put it into the vertical multi-copter mode. And if you push the switch to the 3rd position, now actually with this in the lower position, this one in the 2nd or low position, position 1, and again this one in the 2nd position goes from stabilized to gyro mode, and then flipping it to the 3rd position on C5 on the right hand side puts it into the manual mode. Getting back to the stabilized position, if we take this switch, pull it all the way forward or backwards to, they call the 3rd position on the switch on the left, and if you take the one on the right, that will put it into and leave it in the 1st position there, all the way down on the back. That puts it into what they call vertical mode multi-rotor. That way it will fly the sticks. On the sticks it will fly like a quadcopter. The next one down is the acrobatic mode. That's in the center position on this. And again, this one has to be in the 3rd position back. And that gives you the ability to roll, loop, do all kinds of acrobatic maneuvers. And then the final position on this one, that's going to be the vertical mode fixed wing. That will let it fly, and the controls work still as an airplane. That way you can fly it vertically, you can roll it this way, you can pitch it this way, back and forth, pitch forward and pitch backwards with it as it's in a vertical position. So that's how we get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 modes with the 2 switches. Very difficult to understand until you start to fly it. That's the reason why you always start in the stabilized mode and go up high before you flip any switches. So let me get it ready to go. It's kind of cloudy today. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it, but let me get a battery ready and get it out, and then I'll be back. Okay, we're getting ready to take off the A560 from radio link. Make sure both switches are all the way down in the stabilized mode. I already plugged in the plane. They say that you can't have this transmitter really close to the plane when you turn it on, or else it may not link up correctly. So I'm standing like 6 feet away from it. And we do have all the control functions, so we're looking pretty good. Turn on my drone keeper here, just in case. Alright. So, it's a little windy. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to demonstrate here today. And the sun is coming and going. Run cam is on. Hope I can get some video of this. You give it some throttle here. Whoa! It's telling me my battery is dead. Now I could have sworn that I charged all these freaking things up, so let me bring it around. Into the grass. Okay. Turn this off. Okay, I'm going to shut you guys off for a bit here so I can check out the battery situation. Okay, I have a good battery in it. I checked it. I went through the calibration the last time, but I'm going to do it again. Again, both switches are all the way down in the front. That puts it into the stabilized mode. I'm going to turn this transmitter on. They say don't be too close. You should be real close to it. It may not bind. Okay. Standing about 6 feet away, and it looks like we have all of our surfaces moving in the right direction. And let me get, I got the drone keeper on it and turned on. And you give it some power here, throw it into the wind. Okay, it's in the stabilized mode. The red-winged blackbird must have a nest in that goalpost pole over there, because he constantly is chattering and chases me in the plane if I go out there to take off or recover one. Okay, so we're in the stabilized normal mode. Okay, what I would suggest for doing any turns, to use the rudder. You can really turn quickly and fast. The ailerons, I find that they're better for doing maneuvers or in acrobatic mode. Let me turn the speed down just a little bit on this guy and just get him to float here. All right. Sit down and give me a quick turn. All right, it really turns fast with the rudder. Again, when you do that, you just have to watch that you don't put your speed down too far when you're turning a rudder, or else it may want to almost do a tip stall, but usually with the throttle you can recover with this thing pretty quickly. Okay, I found that in the stabilized mode anyway. All right, but if I try and turn it with the ailerons, I'll show you when I come by here, and I mean, I'm just touching the aileron. Okay, but watch see how fast it moves on the ailerons. Okay, you just have to touch it to get anything here. You want to make any sharp moves on it in the stabilizer. It's the reason why I say if you're doing turns, use the rudder, because it will do real fast, quick turns. Okay. All right, I'm gonna attempt to put it in the acrobatic mode here, which is this switch and that switch. And let me turn it. Okay, we're in the acrobatic mode, and starting to get a low battery warning when I give it quite a bit of throttle here, but it's good for about 10 minutes, I find. Even if that alarm nags you, don't want to go more than about 10 minutes on it. Again, it's a little bit breezy if you see the grass moving here. Okay, what I'm going to try and do when I come by here the next time is I'm going to do some rolls. Roll, roll, roll. Okay, and it recovers from that. Okay, the next time by, I'm going to go the other way to get in. I can't tell which way the wind's going here. It seems to change a lot. But I'm going to go and get up some height here for this next maneuver. And you see what I mean about how much the ailerons really make this thing spin. I'm going to give it time, and I'm going to go up and over. Okay, up and over again. All right. And that was about half throttle. If you want to do something that takes a little bit longer, a larger loop or something, you may want to give it a little more throttle. So we've done a loop and rolls. Now let me do let me see if I can get it to do a tail hang here. Okay, I'm trying. Yep. And I was a little bit slow on that one. Let me try and, what I'm going to do is do a tail, give it some power, go up and do roll. Okay, that's good. And we're back, okay? See what I mean about the trying to steer left or right with the aileron? It gives you a lot. I mean, if you're not quite sure or can't get used to it, use the rudder as much as you can. But the ailerons will give you a real fast roll. The other mode that we have, and this might be very, very difficult with the wind, is a vertical airplane mode, okay, which will let it hang, and it's going to move with the, let me get into that mode now. That is this mode. See, it's hanging now, and I didn't have enough power. Okay, so you need enough power to just keep it hanging there, and then you can actually roll it around. Okay, and what you want to do is, if you're going to lose it, you want to make sure that you put those switches back all the way forward into the stabilized position, like I just did there. Okay, typically I'm much higher and farther away. I'm just close here to try to see if I can get it, especially with the cloud cover there is today and the wind. It doesn't give me much room for error. And the other mode is what they call a multi-copter mode, and that makes the controls will work just like flying a quadcopter. It will put it straight up and down vertically. The pitch will move you forwards and backwards. The roll will move you left and right, and no, the roll, okay, roll will let you turn. Okay, see, this is where it switches by itself, the ailerons and the rudder when you put it in this mode, so it will work just like a quadcopter. So it's the rudder that allows you to move left and right, but you're going to use the pitch and roll stick. Okay, the only thing you're going to use the left stick for is power. Okay, so let me see if I can put it in that mode, and it's really weird. You get it all the way like this. Okay, I don't know if you can see it up there. The wind, I gotta give it more throttle. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but I can make it go forward, backwards, and let me put it back into stabilized mode before it gets too far behind me here. Use the rudder in the stabilized mode. Boy, the wind must be causing the gyro to work extra hard here. It's kind of like oscillating a little bit every once in a while. You can make all kinds of adjustments on this thing through either the app, if you can get one to work, or through your computer. What's nice about the app is that you can make adjustments when you're at the field. On your computer, you would have to have a laptop with you or something, or make notes of the changes you want to make. It's very, very detailed. For every mode you have, you can put all kinds of adjustments in for each control surface. Okay, it's just a lot to do. I find that the settings it comes with may be a little bit fast, But once you get used to it with this controller, it really isn't that bad. And right now, the way it's jumping around and stuff, I'm pretty sure if I came back and recalibrated the gyro, it would stop that. Because this seems to, this is the first time I've been flying where it's had a little bit of wind. That may be the effect on it, but I haven't seen it do that before. Okay, now if I'm not going to try it. If you're real good, you can put it in the vertical mode, the airplane vertical mode, bring it down, do a tail touch on the ground and take it right back off. Some people show where they can actually catch it in midair, but you know, I don't have enough hands to do that, okay, with this thing. It's not, see, there's really it's just a gyro. There's no GPS or anything to keep it in one spot. It depends on the wind, and you just have to make sure that if you're trying to control it with one control, that the wind is controlling everything else, and you put yourself in a position to be able to catch it like that. Okay, I'm sitting in a chair right now having a good old time. Okay, like I said, I don't know if you can hear it, the controller has been beeping at me for a while. It says in the book that once it gets below 7 volts, it starts to beep 3 times. Okay, I found that it will go to like 3.5 volts before it will just land, okay, which is more than I would like, and you're close to like 15, depending upon if you're flying it like a plane or there's a duck, okay. Flying it like a plane or in the acrobatic modes, they say 10 to 18, 10 to 20. I'll set a timer for 10 minutes, that way you're not killing the battery. Now, I don't know if you can see anything because the cloud cover is pretty good, but again, let me do some, let me get into the okay, let me come back and go into the wind, and I'm going to do some rolls to the left, rolls, and come back, give it some power, go straight up, and then turn it, okay, and then come back down, okay. The book says it has quite a bit of range when it's in the air. When it's on the ground, in other words, if you're flying low someplace, you want to make sure before you do it, you know, that you have good reception, because they say at ground level, because of obstructions and, you know, they only guarantee it for like God, I can't remember if it's I think it's 500 feet. But see, right now, I just went down because I didn't come down when I said I should at the timer. Okay, we're getting ready to take off the A560 from radio link. Make sure both switches are all the way down in the stabilized mode. I already plugged in the plane. They say that you can't have this transmitter really close to the plane when you turn it on, or else it may not link up correctly. So I'm standing like 6 feet away from it. And we do have all the control functions, so we're looking pretty good. turn on my drone keeper here, just in case. Alright. So, it's a little windy. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to demonstrate here today. And the sun is coming and going. Run cam is on. I hope I can get some video of this. Let me give it some throttle here. Whoa! It's telling me my battery is dead. Now I could have sworn that I charged all these freaking things up, so let me bring it around. Into the grass. Okay. Turn this off. Okay, I'm going to shut you guys off for a bit here so I can check out the battery situation. Well, that's what happens when you take your eyes off it for 3 seconds, okay? Luckily, I forgot to turn the beeper on anyway, so...